Hello, I'm Hyewon Yoon. You can call me Esther, that's my English name. I'm 15 years old and will be 16 in 2021. I made this UCC as a YCC project, Protection of Cultural Heritage. YCC is short for Youth Cultural Corps. We used to do guiding in a place that has a historical and cultural meaning once a month for free. But because of the COVID-19, we cannot go to places to guide, so we provide this video. Today's place is a park named Tapgol Park. Tapgol Park is Korea's first city park. There used to be a temple of a dynasty from 10th century to 14th century, and a new temple was built in 1465 during Korea's last dynasty from late 14th century to early 20th century. But it was ruined by the 10th king of the last dynasty, and it was created as a park at 1897. At 1920, its name was changed as Pagoda Park, but the name was changed to Tapgol Park at 1992 following the place name. This park is designated as Historical Site number 354. There is an octagonal pavilion inside the park, and there is a 10-story stone pagoda of Wongaksa Temple Site, National Treasure number 2, which was decorated with beautiful small figures of Korean traditional tiled roof house. The figure had very detailed pillars, railings, and even tiled bones. And at the 10-story stone pagoda of Wongaksa Temple Site have a statue of Buddha, clouds, dragon, lion, peony, and lotus flowers, and so on. It shows the excellent carving skills of the Korea's last dynasty. You can see cultural assets such as treasure number 3 stone tablet that is written about foundation of Wongaksa Temple, a sundial and supports. There is also a March 1st movement memorial tower and monuments. That's because this is where the March 1st movement took place. Then, what is March 1st movement? Korean history has a Japanese colonial period from 1910 to 1945. Japan colonized Korea by an unfair treaty. Japanese ruled Korea forcibly and took away the rights from farmers. In the midst of this situation, the World War I ended and national self-determination of President Wilson was known by Koreans, and an atmosphere of hope rose from Korean freedom fighters. And at January 1919, the Emperor of Korea died and the public sentiment became extremely high. In the public, the rumor that Japan poisoned the emperor had spread. 33 national representatives made a declaration of independence and planned an independence movement. The movement was planned to be held in March 1st day at Tapgol Park. The 33 national representatives will read the Declaration of Independence and start the demonstration. But at February 28th, national representatives changed the place to a restaurant. And on March 1st, people was confused at the sudden change of location, and a group of students moved independently after receiving a Declaration of Independence. That day was the emperor's funeral, so many people that came to see the emperor's funeral joined the movement and raised the heat of the movement. Japanese tried to tyrannize over people in the movement, but the people did not back up, and they disbanded voluntarily at 6 p.m. At the next day, Japanese military police and mounted troops hauled away the students who led the movement and the people who joined the movement. At this day, people about 10,000 was arrested. In many other regions, the movement was held in similar time and at March 4th, the movement was spread all over Korean peninsula. Even the movement was a non-violence movement, the movement was violently suppressed. More than 2 million people joined the movement, 7,509 people died, 15,850 people was hurt, and 45,306 people was arrested. We can say this movement is the first movement that citizens led. Unlike other movements before that was led by some specific leaders, March 1st movement was led by and joined by civilian populations. March 1st movement became the base of the freedom fighters to move for independence. Actually, after March 1st movement, independence movement of Koreans became active. When you look at the Korean history, when the country became difficult, it was the people who saved the country. During war, people volunteered to fight, and even when the country was colonized, people moved to get back the country. I think this part is very touching. Today's explanation ends here. Thank you for watching. You can watch more videos at YCC YouTube channel.